Both teams 7-1 in district play. Carthage for the season 13-7-2, and the Panthers are 14-7-1. These two teams meeting for the third time this year. Whoever wins this game will have the advantage in the head-to-head competition, and that could be very important at the end of the season. In fact, it will be important if there's a tie between these two teams for a particular spot in the district standings. Okay, let's take a look now at the lineup for the Spring Hill Panthers. Trent Thompson leads off at third base. Grant Burton at first. Carson Tidwell in center. Travis Allen, the cleanup hitter, and he'll be in right field. Josiah Mackey behind the plate. Wyatt McFadden at shortstop. Caden Rhodes, who was the starter for Spring Hill on Tuesday night at Spring Hill, he's in left field tonight. Cason Wilkins is at second base, and Chandler Crawford is the DH hitting for the starting pitcher, Landon Bartell. For the Carthage Bulldogs, starting on the mound is going to be Dylan Davenport. Behind the plate is Brooks Soap. At first base is Cade Moore. The second baseman is Sam Watson, giving you the defensive lineup for the Bulldogs. Dylan Davenport into the wind. The first pitch of the ball game is in there for a strike to Thompson. Shortstop tonight is Ty Chambers. Carson Crawford is at third. Cale Preston in left field. Here's the 0-1. This one hit on the ground, right side. Watson has it. Over to Moore in time, and Thompson is out 4-3 on the second pitch of the contest. Grant Burton, the first baseman, is going to step in now for Spring Hill. So the outfield for Carthage, Cale Preston in left, Caden Ritter in center, and Patrick Malone is in right. Coming live to you from Bulldog Park in Carthage. Here's the pitch, and this one is outside to Burton. 1-0 the count. Again, these two teams tied for the top spot in District 17 4A. This pitch in there for a strike. 1-1 the count. Incidentally, the introduction of the players tonight was sponsored by First Methodist Church. Here's the 1-1. That looked good from here, but it's ball two. Very, very close to the outside corner. Here's the 2-1. This one hit in the air to center field. And the center fielder is over to his left about 3 steps, makes the catch for out number 2. Center fielder tonight is Caden Ritter. So Burton flies out to center, 2 up and 2 down for the Panthers here in the top half of the first inning, and that'll bring up the 3-hole hitter Carson Tidwell, the center fielder. Introduction to the players, and we have given that to you. Sponsored by First Methodist Church. Join the Sunday service at First Methodist Church with their pastor brother Kevin Otto. Here's the pitch, and it's over the outside corner for a strike. Sunday school's at 9 o'clock. Worship at 10 a.m. and the youth meet at 5 p.m. Here's the 0-1. This one is foul back, and it's an 0-2 count now on Tidwell. Davenport, a fast worker. We'll give you the introduction to the officials here in just a moment. Here's the windup, the 0-2 to Tidwell. This one foul back. Introduction to the officials sponsored by Hartsway Hospice. Hartsway Hospice serving you since 1985, so 39 years. Hartsway Hospice is with you every step of the way. And I'm not for sure who's behind the plate and who's on the bases, but I can tell you that the two umpires are Bart Bradley and Aaron Muntz. Here's the pitch outside, and the count now is 1-2. One and two on Tidwell. 2 down. Top of the first, nobody on. Here's the pitch. High, 2-2. Travis Allen, their cleanup hitter, the right fielder, is on deck. The winner of this game will be all alone in first place in District 17 4A. Here's a 2-2 pitch. Breaking ball hit into left field for a base hit. Ground ball that was cleanly hit into left field between the third baseman Carson Crawford and the shortstop Ty Chambers. So Tidwell is on with a 2-out single. Now, last night, or I should not last night, but Tuesday night at Spring Hill, the first two batters went out, and then Tidwell singled, and then he was thrown out trying to steal second. Travis Allen up there now, right-handed hitter, up a straightaway stance at the plate. Here's Davenport from the stretch. This pitch is in there for a strike. Again, Tidwell, he singled with 2 outs in the top of the first at Spring Hill 3 nights ago, and then tried to steal second, but Soap gunned him down. Let's see if he's going to try to steal a bag here. Davenport from the stretch, and he goes over to first. That's not his best move right there, sort of an advertisement just to make sure that Tidwell knows that he's there. All right, Davenport behind on Allen by 0-1 count. He tries to get the bunt down, and it's fouled off, so the count now is 0-2. 0-2 on Travis Allen. Excuse me. On, yes, it is Allen. Pardon me. 0-2 on Allen, so we've got 2 outs in the top of the first. Runner on first for Spring Hill, and an 0-2 count on Travis Allen. Okay, Davenport with the 0-2. There goes the runner. Pitches outside, throw it into second. He is safe at second base. Bulldog started running off the field, but he steals second. Very close play down there. Obviously, the Dogs thought they had him. The pitch was outside. So the count now should be 1-2 on Allen. Again, the importance of this ball game. The winner of this game will be in first place in the district. Now, they won't have a district championship wrapped up for sure, because there still will be 6 games remaining in the district schedule, but they will be all alone in first. These two teams tied with a record of 7-1. Kilgore a game behind at 6-2. Strike 3 call got him. Allen out on strikes. And that ends the top half of the first inning. No runs, a hit, and 1 left for the Spring Hill Panthers. We're going to be back in 90 seconds with the start of the bottom of the first inning.
Check off your to-do list with big savings on building materials at Kane Hardware and Lumber. Kane's is your one-stop shop for building materials for large-scale jobs, small projects, and everything in between. Whether you're building a house, adding on, or just updating, we carry the concrete, drywall, lumber, insulation, roofing, siding, molding, and many more products you'll need. Add character and charm to your home with our large selection of paint colors. We have all the products you need. Shop Kane Hardware and Lumber at 224 South Shelby Street in Carthage.
Carthage Independent School District is where champions are educated. As we face another year of uncertainty, Carthage will remain committed to being champions for every child, every day. We will continue being champions in the classroom with the help of our incredible team of teachers. We will continue being champions in extracurriculars, fine arts, and athletic events with the support of our fans along the way. And we will continue being champions for our community. Thank you for your continued support.
The city of Carthage, county seat of Panola County, gas capital of the United States, and friendliest spot in the world. We have it all: temperate weather, lots of jobs, good schools and churches, and even the Texas Country Music Hall of Fame. Carthage, a great spot on Highway 59 to settle down or just to visit for a while. Panola College, local medical care, a low tax base, and great shopping. That's Carthage. Recommend us, refer us, and revive yourself in the piney woods of East Texas. Carthage, with places we're all proud to call home.
All right, the bottom of the first here at Bulldog Park. Ty Chambers will lead off for the Dogs. Sam Watson in the 2-hole. He's the second baseman, and Dylan Davenport hitting third is the starting pitcher tonight for the Bulldogs. Tuesday night's game was 0-0 going to the top of the 7th. The Bulldogs scoring 2 runs, His first pitch is a strike to Chambers. Bulldogs scoring 2 runs on 2 safety squeeze plays. Here's the 0-1. Strike 2 call. In fact, the Bulldogs had 3 bunts in that inning. 1 bunt. Here's the windup, the 0-2 to Chambers. And that'll bring up Sam Watson.
Batting second for the Carthage Bulldogs, number 23, Sam Watson.
Sam Watson, the batter. Left-handed hitter. This one hit to the short Watson for out number 2, bringing up Dylan Davenport. Bartell shut out the Bulldogs about 4 weeks ago here at Bulldog Park. Bartell shut us out 2-0 about 4 weeks ago here. That pitch is high and outside to Davenport. 1-0 the count. On deck is Cale Preston. Here's the 1-0. Outside 2-0. Here's the 2-0. In there for a strike. Davenport, his last 3 starts, has thrown a perfect game, a no-hitter, and a shutout. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Bartell in a hurry. Here's the 2-2. Misses outside and low, 3-2. Coming to you live from beautiful Bulldog Park in Carthage. Here's the 3-2. Outside ball 4. So Davenport walks on 6 pitches, and I would think that we'll bring in a runner for him.
Batting fourth for the Carthage Bulldogs, number 10, Cale Preston.
And we do, and the runner is going to be Blayton Legrone. Okay, so Legrone in to run for Davenport at first base with 2 outs. Preston, an outstanding bunter, takes a strike. 0-1 on him. Cale, left-handed hitter. Over to first, and it's fairly close, but Legrone back in there. Bartell set at the letters and comes in, and it's outside, and the count now is 1-1. Bottom of the first, 2 down. Legrone on first, a 1-1 count now on Preston. Here's the 1-1. Strike 2 call. Cale Tuesday night at Spring Hill was 0 for 2 with a walk. Here's the 1-2. 2-2. That was low. There were only 6 hits in that ball game at Spring Hill. We had 4. Spring Hill was limited to 2 by Matthew Smith. Here's the stretch, and Preston gets time. Preston with just a slightly open stance up there. Here's the pitch, and that one gets by the catcher back to the screen. That'll be either a wild pitch or a pass ball. .320 feet down the lines here, 380 to straightaway center, and 394 to the alleys in right and left center. Here's the stretch and the 3-2 pitch. This one hit on the ground. Shortstop going to have a tough play. He throws to first, not in time to get him. That was a ball that was cued off the end of the bat, and so when it got past the pitcher, it was a slow rolling ball, and you knew the shortstop was going to have a tough time getting him. Advancing to third is Legrone, and Preston is on with a single. So here comes Brooks Soap. Soap, sophomore catcher. And I tell you what, unless something happens to this young man, unless he gets injured, something like that, he's going to be a 3-year starter behind the plate. He's already thrown out 3 runners in district play trying to steal, including one at Spring Hill. This pitch is in there for a strike. Certainly one of the most important positions on the field. Here's the 0-1. This one lined into left center field. That's going to be down for a hit. A run is in, and the Dogs lead it 1-0 here in the bottom half of the first inning. Way to go, Brooks Soap. Brooks Soap comes through with a big 2-out RBI single. And we should have a runner in for him.
Batting 6 for the Carthage Bulldogs, number 8, Cade Moore.
Hey, who's that? Who's that on first? Is that Martinez? Okay. Hey, Maddox Martinez is going to come in to run for Brooks Soap. And the pitch is high and inside to Cade Moore. Boy, Cade Moore, what a job he did in the 7th inning last night. We had a hit and run on it. It was a high pitch, and he made contact with it, and it was a perfect hit and run. The second baseman went over to cover, and Moore hit a ground ball right through the right side where the second baseman would have been. The count now is 2-0 on Cade Moore. Bulldogs leading at 1-0 here in the bottom of the first. 2 runners on. Runners at first and second. This pitch is hit on the left side. Shortstop has it. Going to throw to first and got him. So Cade Moore grounds out 6-3. And so for the Bulldogs here in the bottom of the first, 1 run on 2 hits. The big blow was the RBI, 2-out RBI single by Brooks Soap. No errors. And 2 left. All right, we go to the top of 2. Carthage up 1-0 back after this 60-second break.
Throughout Texas, Louisiana, and New Mexico, one of the largest independent oil field service companies is Pinergy, ranked number 1 in the United States for total number of wells drilled. You'll likely recognize Pinergy Carthage top management: Randy Taylor, Brandon Taylor, Andy Snow, Justin Taylor, and Steve Nations. At the Austin corporate office, senior management offers a combined 400 years experience regarding energy services. No more. Check the website pinergy.com or call 903-693-8400. Pinergy. Better solutions, better building comes from Louisiana Pacific, caring and involved corporate resident. Friends and neighbors in Panola County are the foundation of business at Louisiana Pacific, delivering high-performance building products in the area. You know these folks. You know them from church, civic clubs, as volunteers in the work they do in the community, and at Louisiana Pacific. Good people in good company with you and Louisiana Pacific.
We return to Bulldog Park. Top of the second coming up here. Carthage leading by a score of 1-0. And for the Spring Hill Panthers, it's going to be 5, 6, and 7 coming up here in the top of the second. Josiah Mackey, the catcher, Wyatt McFadden, the shortstop, and Caden Rhodes, the left fielder. Bulldogs with a run in the bottom of the first. It all started with a walk to Dylan Davenport, and then a single by Cale Preston, and Brooks Soap with 2 outs. The sophomore catcher with a line drive into left center, RBI single, scoring Blayton Lagrone, and the Dogs lead it 1-0.
Josiah Mackey.
Here's the windup Davenport, the pitch to Mackey, a breaking ball in there for a strike. Here's the 0-1. Outside, 1-1 the count. Remember that next week we go to Gilmer twice in 1 week, and the reason for that is that Gilmer came here earlier in the year when the game was scheduled to be played in Gilmer. That pitch is outside, 2-1 the count now. Davenport working from the first base side of the rubber. Here's the 2-1 pitch. This one hit to right field. Right fielder going over to his left and makes the one-handed grab for out number 1. That's Patrick Malone out there. So Mackey lines out to right, and that brings up McFadden, the shortstop. So after tonight, there's six district games remaining, and 4 of them will be on the road. 2 next week at Gilmer. Pitch is outside, ball 1. And there's a chance, as of now, for rain on both Tuesday and Wednesday in Gilmer. So who knows what will happen there. There is a grass field. Here's the 1-0 pitch outside, 2-0. To show, again, the winner of this game will be in first place in the district. And the winner will have the head-to-head advantage as far as the 3 games between these 2 teams. And to show you how important that is, last year these 2 teams tied for the district championship with records of 13-2. Here's the 2-0 pitch. There's a strike. Both teams were 13-2 last year. But Spring Hill was the number 1 seed because they beat us they defeated us 2 out of the 3 times that we met. Here's the 2-1. Strike 2 call. So Davenport was behind on the count 2-0. Now it's even at 2-2. Senior righty into the motion. Here's the 2-2. Swing! And it's fouled off. I thought he had him struck out, but it was foul tipped, and Brookstope could not hold on. So the count now remains 2-2. Davenport with the 2-2. Swing and a miss. He got him. McFadden down on strikes. 2 down now. Caden Rhodes the batter. This is the young man who pitched against us at Spring Hill on Tuesday night. And he pitched an outstanding game. He didn't give up a run till the 7th inning. And only gave up 4 hits in the ball game. Rhodes, a right-handed hitter. Here's the pitch. That's a little bit lower and outside. 1-0 on Rhodes. Here's the 1-0. In there for strike 1 call. Spring Hill in white pants, blue jerseys, white numbers. The Bulldogs in home white uniforms with red pinstripes. Here's the 1-1. Strike 2 call. Okay, it's now 1-2 on Rhodes. Here's the windup, the 1-2. Very close there. This ump is he's already on a few pitches expanded the outside corner to right-handed hitters. 2-2 the count. Here's the 2-2. Swing and a miss. He got him. So Rhodes is out on strikes. 3 up and 3 down. 2 of them strikeouts here in the 2nd inning. We go to the bottom of 2 with Carthage leading at 1-0 back after this 60-second break.
FlowZone is your industry leader for all oil and gas pipe valves.
Genpack Carthage, over 50 years servicing the food and restaurant industry with superior products. Advancing innovative packaging to enhance the human experience is more than just our purpose statement. It's our driving passion to make people's lives better through the food packaging they use daily. Genpack's dedication to quality assures you get food containers and packaging at its best. Browse and find what you need at genpack.com or look for our products on amazon.com. We are everywhere. Made right here in Carthage by folks you know. Genpack.
FlowZone is your industry leader for all oil and gas pipe, valve fitting, and supply needs. FlowZone Carthage has over 130 years of combined experience with an outstanding safety record. FlowZone, located at 1092 Highway 59 South, just south of Denny's, is ready to offer customer service that will exceed your expectations with services such as free delivery and competitive pricing. Call them today, 903-263-0200.
Larry Allen and Brenton Fensom coming to you live from Bulldog Park on the campus of Carthage High School. Patrick Malone leads off here in the bottom of the second. Takes one inside, ball one. It'll be Malone, Crawford, and Ritter. Here's the pitch to him. This one hit on the ground to the first baseman. He has it. About 5 steps over to tag the bag, and Malone is out 3 unassisted. Here comes Carson Crawford. I tell you what, this young man, last night he was behind on the count 1-2, and he almost took one out on Tuesday night of the ballpark at Spring Hill. It hit on the upper third of the fence. That one high for ball one. And I'm going to guess about 3 feet fair. I think it hit the 320 sign. Here's the 1-0. This one, strike one call. Carson, a sophomore, football starter. Here's the 1-1. This one hit in the air out to short center field. Second baseman out, center fielder in, and center fielder makes the one-handed grab for out number 2. So 2 up and 2 down here in the bottom of the second. Caden Ritter now stepping in. Ritter, center fielder. Again, last year these two teams tied with district records of 13-2. But Spring Hill was the number 1 seed because they won 2 of the 3 games against the Bulldogs. This one is going to right center field, may be down for a hit, and it is. So Ritter is on first with a 2-out single. Now that'll bring up Ty Chambers. Chambers was 0 for 3 last night, struck out his first time, just as he did tonight, struck out looking on Tuesday night, struck out looking tonight, 0 for 3 with a walk. Right-handed hitter, swing and a miss, strike one. He's choking up on the bat just a little bit. That one's high, 1-1 the count. Ritter with a pretty good lead over at first. Strike 2 call. 1-2 the count. We're in the bottom of the second. Carthage leading 1-0 over Spring Hill. There goes the runner. The pitch is swung on and hit to the first baseman. 3 steps to tag the bag, and so Chambers is out 3 unassisted, and that ends the bottom half of the second for the Bulldogs. No runs, a hit, no errors, and 1 left. We go now to the top of 3. Carthage 1, Spring Hill nothing. Back in 60 seconds.
Ready to supercharge your future in the energy industry? Panola College is introducing the brand new Matthews Foundation Energy Building, opening its doors this fall with programs in electrician, HVAC, natural gas compression, and welding. Small class sizes, state-of-the-art equipment, and personalized attention, where your goals are our priority. Our hands-on approach means you're diving into the real-world energy experience, setting you up for success from day one. Enroll today at panola.edu/energy to start your electrifying future.
Bink's Quick Stop in Carthage on the corner of 699 and The Loop. Open Sunday through Thursday from 4 a.m. to 10 p.m. and Friday and Saturday from 4 a.m. to 11 p.m. Open for breakfast, and the grill is open throughout the day, and it provides the best hamburgers in town. You can also get a grilled chicken or chicken fried steak. It's all fresh and made from scratch. And, of course, you can fill up your tank with gas. That's at Bink's, a Quick Stop in Carthage, again on the corner of 699 and The Loop.
All right, let's take a look at the district standings. We've already mentioned several times Carthage and Spring Hill are at the top of the district with records of 7-1. One game behind those two teams would be Kilgore. And then you've got a tie for fourth place between Henderson and Center. They're both 2-6. And then Gilmer is at the bottom. They are now 0-8. Now Henderson's playing Center tonight, and that's a big ball game because that could, that could decide the fourth seed in the district. This pitch is fouled off, and this is Cason Wilkins leading off now for the Spring Hill Panthers. So 0-1 on Wilkins. I say it could decide the number 4 seed because right now they're tied for fourth. Gilmer is 2 games behind those two teams. Henderson and Center are 4 games behind the third place team, Kilgore. This pitch is fouled off, and the count now is 0-2. And Henderson and Center have played 2 games, and they split those 2 games. So the winner tonight is going to win the head-to-head competition between Henderson and Center. Here's the 0-2, outside, 1-2. So you've got a game here that could decide, in my opinion, possibly might decide who's the number 1 versus number 2 seed. And then you've got Henderson versus Center, and that could decide number 4. Here's the 1-2, outside, 2-2. The other district game tonight is Kilgore against Gilmer. And I believe that's at Driller Park tonight. Here's the windup and the 2-2. Just missed outside, 3-2. So Davenport was ahead here, 0-2, and now it's a 3-2 count. Cason Williams, the batter. Here's the windup in the 3-2. This one hit foul, not by much, down the first baseline. In district play, you've got 2 umpires, one behind the plate and one that covers the bases. Here's the windup, the 3-2, outside, ball 4. So Wilkins with a leadoff walk here in the third for Spring Hill.
Up next for the Spring Hill Panthers, number 23, Chandler Crawford.
And just looking at my scorebook, Tuesday night, we got the leadoff hitter out in all 7 innings. So now, runner on first with nobody out for Spring Hill. Chandler Crawford, the DH, left-handed hitter up there. He squares around the bunt, gets the bunt down, a good bunt. Davenport going to go to first, and he is out. Wow, that was close. Throw was not perfect, but the base ump said that Moore, who had to stretch into foul ground to come up with that, kept his foot on the bag. And so Crawford is out on the sacrifice bunt.
Up next for the Spring Hill Panthers, number 13, Trent Thompson.
Wilkins goes to second. So now Spring Hill has the tying run at second with 1 out here in the top of the third. Carthage leading 1-0. So Wilkins at second. Again, on Tuesday night, we got the leadoff hitter out in all 7 innings. And the leadoff hitter tonight in the 3rd inning here, again, Davenport was ahead of him 0-2 and wound up walking him on a 3-2 pitch. We gave you the district standings. Another thing that happened this week, the district alignment. That pitch hit him. That one just completely got away from Davenport, and Thompson is hit by a pitch. First base, of course, was open. So now Spring Hill with runners at first and second. So they've got the tying run at second, the go-ahead run at first, with one out here in the top half of the third inning. That was an off-speed pitch, completely got away from Davenport, far inside, and it was, again, off-speed pitch, so it certainly didn't hurt the batter. Now this is a two-hole hitter, Grant Burton. He flied out to center his first time. Breaking ball high, ball one. One and 0 now on Burton. Here's the 1-0. There goes the, nope, I thought the runner was going to go, but he went about a third of the way and then went back. Swing and a miss, 1-1 the count. Burton with a slightly open stance up at the plate. Okay, Davenport really slowing things down here with two runners on. Again, 320 feet down the lines here, 380 to straightaway center. This pitch is fouled off to the right. 1-2 now on Burton. And this is not the Dylan Davenport that we have seen in recent games. Again, in the last three ball games, he's thrown a perfect game, a no-hitter, and then a shutout. Davenport ahead of the count, 1-2. Here's the pitch. Outside and high, 2-2 now. Davenport, who was really working fast with nobody on, he has slowed it down a bunch here in the third. Spring Hill with a couple of runners on. Tying run at second. Go ahead run at first. Here's the 2-2. Outside, way outside, 3-2. Throw down to seconds, and he is back in there. So now it's a 3-2 count on Burton. And Soap is going to go out and visit with him, go out and visit with Davenport. Okay, I started to mention that the UIL alignment for baseball districts was announced this week. We'll talk about that here in a minute. All right, big 3-2 pitch coming up. Here it is. This one popped up, foul. Moore going over, and it is going to be out of play over the first base dugout. We have a 6-team district this year, so next year we're going to have next 2 years we're going to have 5 of those same 6 teams in the same district, and we change regions. We go from Region 3 to Region 2. This year we're in District 17 4A. Next 2 years it'll be 16 4A. Here's a stretch by Davenport. 3-2. This one popped up out into center field. Center fielder is there waiting on it, makes the catch, and the runner's going to stay at second base. So Burton flies out to center on a big 3-2 pitch. 2 down now, and that brings up Carson Tidwell. Tidwell singled back in the first inning. So 5 of the teams in our district this year will be in the same district for the next 2 years, those being Carthage, Henderson, Kilgore, Spring Hill, and Gilmer. We lose 1 team from our 6-team district this year, and that is Center. And then we pick up 3 new ones. And those new ones are Pine Tree, Chapel Hill, and Cumberland Academy over in Tyler. Here's the pitch, and that almost hit Tidwell. 1-0 the count. Carthage has yet to use a relief pitcher in district play this year. All 8 games have seen the Carthage starter go the distance. 1-0 now on Tidwell. Here's the 1-0. Inside, 2-0. I tell you, Davenport he just looks out of sorts tonight. Not the same pitcher that we saw in the last 3 outings for him in district play. But he hasn't given up a run yet. Okay, we're in the top of the 3rd. Carthage leading 1-0. Runners at first and second for Spring Hill with 2 outs. Here's the 2-0 pitch. This one hit foul down the right field side. Out of play. Lands on top of the batting cage down there. So the count now is 2-1. So it'll be an 8-team district in baseball for the next 2 years. 7-team district in softball. Be the same teams with the exception Cumberland Academy will not be in the softball district. Here's the stretch by Davenport. The 2-1 outside. Bounces away from the catcher. Soap going to throw to third. He is safe at third base. It bounced away from Davenport, and both runners move up. So the count now is 3-1 on Tidwell. It's going to be a wild pitch by Davenport. And his pitch count is moving on up. 51 pitches now for Davenport. We're in the top of the 3rd with 2 outs. Here's the windup in the 3-1. Low, ball 4. The bases are loaded. They are juiced here in the 3rd for Spring Hill. And the batter will be Travis Allen, the right fielder. All right, and here comes Jason Causey out of the dugout. All right, we're going to have a visit on the mound. We'll take a 30-second break and be back right after this.
Farmers State Bank, a name that you know.
Farmers State Bank, a name that you know and can depend on. We're your neighbors and community partners. We're committed to meeting your financial needs by providing banking solutions for your mortgage, commercial, or personal loans. With 118 years of service to our community, we're part of your local rodeos, 4-H, and festivals. We want you to know that we're here for you. Visit us at fsbctx.bank or come see us today. Farmers State Bank, improving lives and fulfilling dreams. Member FDIC, Equal House.
All right, Jason Causey visiting with Dylan Davenport, the home plate ump. Goes out to adjourn the meeting. And everyone now goes back to their position. And big spot here in the ball game in the top of the 3rd. Carthage leading at 1-0, but Spring Hill has the bases loaded with 2 down. Bases loaded for the cleanup hitter, Travis Allen. Allen struck out swinging back in the 1st inning. Dylan Davenport now up to 52 pitches in the ball game. To go the distance, you've got to average 16 per inning. And right now he's already at an average of 17. Here's the pitch. This is in there for a strike to Allen. No relation to me, incidentally. 0-1 the count. Cale Preston over in left center. Center fielder is shaded over to the right of center field. Here's the 0-1. Outside. 1-1 the count. Yeah, he just has not had the control of his pitches that we've seen in the last 3 outings from Davenport. Here's the windup from Dillon, the 1-1. This one swung on and fouled off, and the count now is 1-2. But the key is he hasn't allowed a run yet. Carthage leading 1-0. Carthage with a run in the bottom half of the first inning. Davenport himself with 2 outs walked. And then his runner, Legrone, went to second on a single by Preston, and then Brooks Soap drove him in. One and two the count. One ball, 2 strikes on Allen. Bases loaded for Spring Hill here in the top of the third. The windup and the 1-2. High. Ooh. Wow. And now Soap going to go out and talk to him again. That was an off-speed pitch. And initially it looked like it was going to be high, but then it floated in very close to the strike zone. It appeared to be right over the plate, so it must have been high. 2-2 count now on Allen. And I tell you what, in the 8 district games, this is the most I've seen Brooks Soap go out to the mound in any of those 8 games, and we're only in the top of the third here. Here's the windup and the 2-2. This one grounded foul down the first base line. Bulldogs will be in Gilmer this next Tuesday, and they'll be back in Gilmer on Friday. 2 straight at Gilmer because the fact that Gilmer had a wet field earlier in the year, and they played a game here instead of in Gilmer. Here's a 2-2. Low, ball 3. That looked over the plate also. Must have been low. 3-2 count on Allen. 2 outs. Runners should be off with a pitch right here. There they go. Here's the 3-2. This one line into, a little grounder to the shortstop. He's got it. Throw to first. Out at first base. Got him. Wow. That was a humpback liner over the pitcher's head. Caught at shortstop by Chambers on the first hop. And then he threw to first and got him. Spring Hill thinks he was safe, but he was called out by the base up. So Allen is out 6-3. That's a big play right there with the bases loaded. So for the Spring Hill Panthers, no runs, no hits, no errors, and 3 left on, as the Panthers squander a great scoring opportunity there. And Travis Allen out to end the inning on a bang-bang play at first base. I guarantee if there was replay, Spring Hill would be challenging that call right there, I'm guessing. Okay, we go now to the bottom of 3. Carthage 1, Spring Hill nothing. Back right after this 60-second break.
This is Brandy Jimenez, Marketing Director for Hope Community.
Escogiendo el mejor proveedor médica puede ser difícil. Hope Community Medicine está aquí por ti. Si ocupa ayuda médica, ginecólogo o salud conductal, es nuestra misión proveer acceso de alta calidad de salud a pesar de su habilidad de pagar. Tenemos 5 clínicas en Carthage, Center, Tenaha y San Agustín para poder servir mejor a usted y su familia. 903-690-8395.
We all like to save money, and State Farm can help with discounts. When you combine your car insurance with your State Farm homeowners insurance, you get big savings. So talk to me, Agent Tate Barber, and experience the good neighbor service that has made us America's #1 insurance company. Together, we can help you make sure you get the discount you deserve. No policy with State Farm? No problem. Call me, Agent Tate Barber, at 903-693-7555 or stop by my office, 1502 West Panola, directly across the street from McDonald's, to find out how much a multi-line discount can save you.
Sam Watson comes up to lead off in the bottom of the third for Carthage. He grounded to short his first time. Takes one low for ball one. Davenport on deck. There's a strike. 1-1 the count. If you just joined us, Carthage scoring 1 run in the bottom of the first after 2 outs. Davenport walked, went to second on a Cale Preston single. That pitch is high. 2-1 the count now on Watson, and scored on a 2-out RBI single by Brooks Soap. Here's the 2-1. Ball 3. And the 3-1. Low, ball 4. So Watson on with a leadoff walk. And that brings up Dylan Davenport. Davenport with a tough inning there in the third inning. Let me see how many pitches I had him with in the third. There's 5, 9, 15, 20, 1, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. I had him with 26 pitches in the third inning. If that's right, that means he had 33 in the first 2 innings. Throw to first, gets past the first baseman, and that'll be an error right there. And Watson, I tell you what, if he had hustled down there, I wonder if he'd had a chance to go to third. Maybe not. It's going to be an error on the throw, and so Watson now is in scoring position with nobody out. Got to give that to either the pitcher or the first baseman. And Watson now going back to first. Watson going back to first. Jason Causey goes out to ask for an explanation, and now the 2 umps are going to get together. There was a throw to first. It got past the first baseman, went all the way back to the wall beyond the first base dugout. Watson goes to second. And then the base ump sent him back to first. Causey comes out to question it. Umps get together. Watson's at first base. Davenport gets the bunt down. Good bunt. And Bartell goes to first in time to get Davenport. So Davenport will get a sacrifice on that. And that's the first out of the inning. And that gets Davenport to second with 1 away for Cale Preston. And let's see. I assume is that Blake Negron running? Who? Sam. Oh, that's right. Excuse me. Yeah. Okay. Right. Pardon me. That's right. Okay. So Watson running at second base. He walked to begin the inning. Davenport with the sacrifice bunt bunts him down to second, and then Preston the batter now. Okay. Cale single back in the first inning. 0-1 count on him. Gets the bunt, tries to bunts it back into the screen. So the count now on Preston is 0-2. On deck is Brooks Soap. Cale behind on the count, 0-2. Here's the 0-2 pitch. This one lined in the center field, could be down for a hit, and it will get down. And the runner on second base has to stay there, and now the throw comes in from the center fielder, and it's an error, sending both runners up a base. So Preston with a single to center, and the center fielder threw behind Watson. Watson decided to stay at second base. He initially was going to go to third, but he decided to stay. He trying to get back. The center fielder threw behind him, and the throw got past the shortstop covering all the way back to the wall on the first base side of the field. So that's going to be an error, allowing Watson to go to third and Preston to go to second. So now runners at second and third for Carthage here in the bottom of the third with only one out, and Brooks Soap going to be the batter. Garrett Method, the head coach for Spring Hill, goes out to visit with his infield. That was the first error of the ball game for either team.
Number 7, Brooks Soap.
Soap with runners at second and third and one out here in the third inning. Big chance for the sophomore to come through again. This pitch is high for ball one. Soap with a 2-out RBI single back in the first. Bartell into the wind, the 1-0. High, 2-0. Here's the 2-0. In there for a strike, 2-1. And the 2-1 pitch. This one lined into center field. Center fielder coming on. He makes the catch. There's the tag at third. The throw comes home. It's caught by the catcher. Nice grab by the catcher. That was a high throw by the center fielder, and the catcher went up and saved that one from going back to the screen. And our runners stay put. So Soap lines to center for out number 2, and that'll bring up Cade Moore. So the Bulldogs, who scored twice on safety squeeze plays Tuesday night at Spring Hill, decided to swing away there. Moore takes one high for ball one. Coach Causey not electing to go with the safety squeeze in that situation. Runner on third with one out. Here's the 1-0. This one is fouled off down the right field side. 1-1 the count now on Cade Moore. And we've already had more runners in scoring position tonight than we had in the entire game on Tuesday night. This one is grounded to the third baseman. From his knees, throws and got him at first base. Third baseman to his left stopped it, and from his knees through to first base and gets Moore at first. So he's out 5-3, and the Bulldogs will strand 2 there. So no runs. There was one hit in the inning. That was the single by Preston. One error and 2 runners left on base. Carthage is now stranded 5 in the first 3 innings of play. And we go now to the top of the fourth. Carthage 1 and Spring Hill nothing. Back after this 60-second break.
It's a powerful storm, and the power is off, completely off. House after house in the dark, each one plunging a family into uncertainty and fear. One dark house after another, and another. And, wait, is that light? It is. And there's one reason for it. The owners of this home have a permanently installed backup power generator from Briggs & Stratton.
You can trust the qualified staff at Hudson Financial Group to help you build the right policy that's created just for the needs of your farm or ranch. Randy and his team recognize the importance of the farm and ranch community in Panola County. They understand how much your property means to you and your family and the hard work it requires to maintain. Give them a call at 903-693-7874, or better yet, stop by and see them at 1519 West Panola in Carthage. The Hudson Financial Group can help you customize the coverage you need.
Top of the fourth coming up here at Bulldog Park. And if you have a score on either one of those other two district games, the Henderson Center encounter or Kilgore and Gilmer, well, you can send me a message at 903-692-1185, and we'll get that score on the air. A lot happening tonight. The Rangers hosting Houston in the first game of a four-game series at Globe Life Field. Well, I tell you what, the Astros last year, they owned the Rangers in Arlington. I believe that the Astros won 9 out of 10 from Houston in Arlington last year, including the playoffs. 9 out of 10 in Arlington.
Up next for the Spring Hill Panthers, number 14, Josiah Mackey.
This postseason series between Houston and the Rangers won every game, all 7 games won by the team on the road. Okay, here is Mackey up, and he takes one for ball one, high and outside. Josiah Mackey lined to Malone in right field his first time. 1-0 to Mackey, open stance at the plate. Here's the 1-0. This one grounded down, past Crawford into left field for a base hit. Second straight inning that the Panthers have gotten the leadoff man on.
Up next for the Spring Hill Panthers, number 9, Wyatt McFadden.
I tell you what, if that continues, it's going to bite us here eventually, I'm afraid. Okay, they're going to send a runner in for Mackey. Wyatt McFadden, the batter now. McFadden, the shortstop. So again, the tying runs at first base with nobody out here in the fourth. Let's see if they're going to go with a bunt. He squares around to get the bunt. He's down. He does. Beauty. And he is thrown out at first base. Nice play there by Davenport. I tell you what, McFadden with good speed, and Davenport had to make a perfect play. He could not bobble it, and he had to make a tough throw because the ball was hit. It was rolling very close, fairly close to the foul line. So in other words, you were going to be a little bit distracted by McFadden going down the line. So McFadden gets the sacrifice, and he's out 1-3. And the runner now goes to second on the sacrifice. So Spring Hill with the tying run at second with 1 out here in the fourth. They left the bases loaded in the third inning. Davenport pitch count was 62 now. That one swung on and missed for strike one. Davenport with 59 pitches through the first 3 innings. If he keeps up that pace, he will not finish the ball game. That's an average just under 20 pitches per inning, and you've got to average 16 to go the distance. Here's the stretch and the 0-1, swing and a miss, strike 2. Caden Rhodes, the batter, the left fielder. Davenport from the stretch, and they want 0-2, and it's outside, 1-2. Again, Carthage has not used a relief pitcher in any of the 8 previous district ball games. It looks like we may be having to use one tonight because of the pitch count. Here's the 1-2. High, 2-2. So he gets ahead of Rhodes, 0-2, and now it's 2-2. He's looking over to the bench. 2-2 on Rhodes. Runner on second with one out here in the fourth. Here's a 2-2 pitch. Swung on him, missed. He got him. He got him, and so Rhodes is out on strikes for out number 2. Boy, that's a big one there. Now 2 down. And now Wilkins the batter. And he's now at 67 pitches. So if the inning were to end on the next pitch, that'd be an average of 17 per inning. Breaking ball, a little bit outside, 1-0. Didn't miss by much. Davenport's a senior. Here's the pitch outside, 2-0. We're coming to you live from Bulldog Park in Carthage, Texas, on the campus of Carthage High School. Here's the stretch by Davenport. The pitch outside, ball 3. 3-0 the count. Davenport now up to 70 pitches. And again, it's beginning to look like he will not be able to finish the ball game because of the pitch count. Here's the stretch and the 3-0. High, ball 4. So Wilkins walks on 4 pitches, and that brings us now to the bottom of the order. Chandler Crawford, who put down a sacrifice bunt his first time. Crawford, the DH, left-handed hitter. Davenport really laboring here for the second straight inning. There's a strike. The third inning ended with Spring Hill having the bases loaded, and they did not score. Here's a stretch by Dillon. The 0-1. That must have been outside or low. 1-1 the count now. Chandler Crawford, the batter. Runners at first and second for Spring Hill. Top of 4, 2 outs. Carthage up 1-0. Outside, 2-1 now. Playing Crawford pretty much straight away in right field. Shaded over toward right center a little bit. Center fielder on the left field side of straightaway center. Preston straightaway in left. Here's a 2-1. Outside, ball 3. Some of the pitches are not missing by much. This particular up a fairly tight strike zone. Here's a 3-1. And that's ball 4. That looked pretty good right there. Wow. Okay, so now the bases are loaded. And here's the top of the order up. Thompson, a week ago, was the Longview News Journal hitter of the week. Now, we controlled him on Tuesday night. He was 0 for 3 on Tuesday night. Tonight, he's granted a second and was hit by a pitch. There's a strike. 0-1 now on Thompson. For the second straight inning, Spring Hill has the bases loaded with 2 outs. Davenport trying to work out of a big jam. Again, working from the far first base side of the rubber. Davenport on the mound. Soap behind the plate. Crawford at third. Chambers at short. Watson at second. Here's the 0-1. Strike 2 call. Cade Moore is at first. The outfield from left to right has Cale Preston, Caden Ritter, and Patrick Malone. Now it's 0-2 on Thompson. Can Davenport just continue to work out of these jams? Here comes, they're going to try to steal home, and he is safe at home. They stole home plate. They stole home plate. And the game is tied up. And the other runners move up. So now it's a 1-1 tie. A steal of home. And the count now is 1-2 on Thompson. Wow, haven't seen that. I don't know if I've ever seen that. Here comes another one. He thought he was going to do it. Here's a pop-up into short right field. Second baseman out, right fielder in, and he makes the catch for out number 3. So Thompson flies out to right, but a steal of home by Spring Hill ties up the ball game at 1-all. So 1 run for Spring Hill on 1 hit, no Bulldog errors, and they had 2 runners left on. So we go now to the bottom of the 4th in a 1-1 tie here at Bulldog Park. We'll be back with the bottom of the 4th after this 60-second break.
This is Pastor Monty Pierce, along with all the fine folks at Central Baptist Church.
This is Pastor Monty Pierce, along with all the fine folks at Central Baptist Church, located 1 block off the square in beautiful downtown Carthage. If you don't have a church home and you like friendly folks and a meaningful worship service, we invite you to join us this Sunday. Check us out at centralcarthage.com for times and more information. This is Dr. Monty. Go Bulldogs!
Right on the loop, right on the price at Excel Ford ensures the SUV, truck, or car you choose, new or previously owned, is right for you. Your visit and your questions are welcome, even if you're just browsing. Any information you want will be provided. It's the foundation of exceptional customer service that frees you to proceed at your pace and even provides a money-back guarantee. Right on the price and right on the loop. Excel Ford, Carthage, Texas.
All right, Patrick Malone takes ball 1, leading off here in the bottom of the 4th. There's a strike, 1-1 the count. A steal of home by Spring Hill has tied it up here in the 4th inning. Here's the 1-1, and this one popped up foul. First baseman has a play on it. He's over and makes the catch for out number 1.
Up next for the Carthage Bulldogs, number 2, Carson.
Boy, I must admit, when he took off from third base, I thought, I can't believe this. He's going to try to steal home. And then I saw, he had a great break, and you could see he might be safe. That pitch is high for ball 1 to Carson Crawford. This pitch is swung on and missed. And the count now is 1-1. Bartell into the wind. The 1-1 is outside 2-1. Here's the 2-1. This one hit to the right side. Second baseman bobbles it, throws to first, and it's going to be a safe at first base as the throw could not be handled by the first baseman. And that will have to be an error right there on someone, because he would have been out with a good throw, or with the throw being handled. So Crawford owning an error. And that brings up now Caden Ritter. That was a ground ball to the right side. The second baseman bobbled it. That's Wilkin. Through to first. The throw was there in time, but it was not handled by the first baseman. First pitch to Ritter is in there for a strike. So now the Bulldogs with the go-ahead run at first base here in the bottom of the fourth, 1 out. And Ritter, the batter, he singled his first time up. Both starting pitchers still in there. Bartell working from the stretch. And the 0-1, that one's high, 1-1. We're in the bottom of the fourth and a 1-1 tie. The winner will be in first place all alone in the district. Here's the 1-1 pitch. This one is hit foul, out of play. The loser will be tied, will most likely be tied for second with Kilgore. Kilgore playing Gilmer tonight. Gilmer is winless in district play. So that's at Driller Park also. You'd have to think that Kilgore would be favored to win that ball game. So the loser of this one probably will be tied with Kilgore for second place. This pitch is swung on and fouled off. 2-2 the count now. No, excuse me, still 1-2, pardon me. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Throw over to first. Crawford back in there. Here's the 1-2 to Ritter. High, 2-2. The 2-2, high, 3-2, snap throw to first, and he is back in. We saw that at Spring Hill. Mackey likes to throw behind the runners. 3-2 now on Ritter. Big pitch coming up here from Bartell. Here's a 3-2, swung on and fouled off. Ritter making him work. This will be the 8th pitch to Ritter in this at bat. Carthage with 1 in the first. Spring Hill tied it up in the top of the 4th on a steal of home plate. Here's the stretch, the 3-2. This one swung on and fouled off. So this will be now the 9th pitch to Ritter. So if nothing else, this is increasing the pitch count of Bartell. He's now, I believe, at 64 pitches. Here's a pitch to him, and time was called. So that does not count as a pitch there. I believe he has 64, and I believe Davenport through 4 innings has 80. Here's the 3-2 pitch. This one is hit into center field. Center fielder over to his right 3 steps and makes the catch for out number 2. So Ritter lines out to center. And that brings up now Ty Chambers.
Up next for the Carthage Bulldogs, number 6, Ty Chambers.
Let's go, Ty. Ty, one of the returning starters from last year's team. A team that lost 5 key players. Here's the pitch. That one's outside. Snap throw to first again, and he's back in. 2-0 count now on Chambers. Bartel working from the stretch, the 2-0. High ball 3. Now again, I believe that the scoreboard is, if I'm reading it correct, Davenport has 80 pitches. And he's hit on this one. Davenport is hit by a pitch. And so that means, of course, that Crawford now moves to second.
Up next for the Carthage Bulldogs, number 23.
That caught him up in the area of the shoulder. Okay, and we're going to have a conference at the mound. Conference at the mound. We'll take a 30-second break. Be back right after this.
This is Darcy with Carthage Flower Shop on the Square.
This is Darcy with Carthage Flower Shop on the Square, where we are more than just flowers. In shop, we keep a variety of live pot plants, silk arrangements, snack baskets, candles, keepsakes, and a great bath and body line called Magnolia Soaps. We now offer balloon arch installations, so give us a call for your next event. We can even get flowers to your loved one out of town. Thank you for all your continued support, Darcy, Jeanette, Levi, and the girls at Carthage Flower Shop.
Mound is broken up. Garrett Methvin, the Spring Hill coach, visiting with his entire infield. We're in the bottom of the 4th in a 1-1 tie with Spring Hill. The winner of this game is in first place in the district, all alone by themselves. Big crowd on hand here tonight. By far the biggest crowd that we've had for our district games. This one's fouled out of play. Big crowd. Carthage definitely has a big advantage in the numbers as far as the fans are concerned. Okay, 0-1 now on Watson with runners at first and second, 2 down here in the bottom of the 4th. Watson has grounded to short and walked. Here's the 0-1. Strike 2 call. So now Bartel, after that conference with Methvin, way ahead here of Watson. 0-2 count on him, way ahead of him. Runners at first and second. Here's the 0-2. This one, ground ball. Left side, shortstop throws on the run and got him. Tough play for the shortstop, but he got Watson at first base to end the inning. And so for the Bulldogs, no runs. Let's see. No hits. There was 1 error by Spring Hill and 2 runners left. We have now stranded 7 runners in the first 4 innings. So we've had our chances, haven't we? And they've had some too. They've stranded 6 in the first 4. All right, we're going to go now to the top of the 5th after this 90-second break, 90 seconds.
When making important decisions, it's reassuring to count on people you know.
When making important decisions, it's reassuring to count on people you know. First State Bank and Trust Company is that group of people offering home loans or everyday depository needs. First State Bank and Trust is recognized as being among the most reliable, strongest banks as determined by our nation's leading bank rating firm, Bauer Financial Incorporated. It's a 5-star rated bank of people you know, always innovating for your changing financial needs. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender, First State Bank and Trust.
Monty Bacon and Carthage Furniture has some great deals for you. Rocker recliners just $3.99. A hot plate washer and dryer set, washer $5.49, dryer $4.99, and that includes installation and delivery. A complete bedroom suite, queen bed, dresser, mirror, chest, and nightstands. This is a beautiful sleigh bed set for only $11.35. Monty has a 5-drawer chest, just $125. At Carthage Furniture, check out their blue sofa and love seat. Sofa $4.59, love seat $3.99. Carthage Furniture, where Rosa speaks Spanish.
Thank you, Panola and surrounding counties, for supporting your local GM dealer, Pippin Motor Company, right here in Carthage. We are your Buick SUV headquarters. Come check out one of the many economical solutions Buick has to offer. Encore, Encore GX, Envision, or Enclave are sure to fit your needs. Whether you're looking for a new Buick, Chevrolet, GMC, or a quality pre-owned vehicle, we're here to help. Pippin Motor Company has been serving this community for 72 years and pride ourselves with providing a premium sales and service experience. Come experience a better way to buy a vehicle just across from Panola College or look us up.
Top of 5 here in Carthage, Bulldog Park, and the Bulldogs and the Panthers tied for the district lead right now, are tied up 1-1 in this ball game. Top of 5. Here's a pitch from Davenport. That's in there for a strike. This is Grant Burton, the 2-hole hitter, the first baseman. He is flied out to center twice. Here's the 0-1. Fouled off. 0-2. Boy, Davenport needs a quick inning here. He has 80 pitches coming into this inning, averaging 20 per inning. So starting this inning, he's only got 30 pitches left for the ball game. Here's the 0-2. This one fouled out of play. Stays at 0-2. So without a doubt, we're going to probably see a Bulldog relief pitcher tonight for the first time in district play. Again, he came into this inning with 80. The limit for a game is 110. Here's the 0-2. Swing and a miss. He got him. So Burton down on strikes. So having only 30 pitches, that means obviously with 3 innings to go, the 5th, 6th, and 7th, that means that Davenport would have to average 10 pitches per inning to finish the ball game. He's been averaging 20 per inning for the first 4 frames. That pitch hits him. He's just struggling tonight. But he's only given up only one run. So Tidwell hit by a pitch.
Up next for the Spring Hill Panthers.
So Spring Hill has the go-ahead run at first base with 1 out now for the cleanup hitter, and this is Travis Allen, who has struck out swinging and grounded to short. 0 for a double play right here to get out of the inning. Pitch is as a breaking ball outside, 1-0. Both of these teams are 7-1. The only 2 losses these 2 teams have had combined have been to each other. Here's the 1-0. Gets the butt down. Good one. Davenport to first base. And the throw goes down the right field line. That's going to be an error. And the runner's going to round third, and he's going to stop at third base. So he got the bunt down. And I think you'll have to give Allen a sacrifice there, getting the runner to second. Pretty sure about that. But then he reaches base on the error. And you've got to give an error to either Davenport or Moore. And the batter, Allen, winds up at second base. Tidwell, who was on first, goes to third. So now we're in trouble again here in the top of the 5th. Jason Causey out to visit with the home plate ump. So now Spring Hill with 2 runners in scoring position here in the top of the 5th inning and only 1 out. Bottom line, it doesn't look good right now, does it? So that's the first error of the ball game for the Bulldogs. You have to give, again, we're going to put Mackey on now. So Mackey is walked intentionally. And you can do that in high school ball. You don't have to throw 4 pitches outside of off the plate like you do in major leagues. You can just say, okay, we want him to go to first. And so now the same runner who came in to run for Mackey in the 4th inning and stole home, he's now at first base. So you know he has great speed there. So now the bases are loaded for Spring Hill. And we're hoping for the double play here.
Wyatt McFadden.
So we put Mackey on first. He had lined to right and singled. And now it's McFadden up, who has struck out swinging and put down a sacrifice bunt. And now with the runner on third, Davenport, unlike in the last inning where he was working from the windup when they stole home, he's going to go here from the stretch, it appears. Soap goes out to visit with Davenport, now brings in the entire infield. Spring Hill with the go-ahead run at third and an insurance run at second. We're in the top of the fifth. Spring Hill and a runner also at first. So Spring Hill now has the bases loaded here in the fifth and a 1-1 tie with one out. And again in the fourth inning, when the runner who's now at first base running for Mackey, he was also the runner at third in the fourth inning running for Mackey, and he stole home. Now on the steal at home, again, Davenport was working from the windup, but now with another runner at third base, he's going to work from the stretch. Here's the pitch, and they get the butt down. And it's going to be a squeeze play. They're going to score. Here's a throw to first in time. Nice bunt there by McFadden. So McFadden will get an RBI. That's the second out of the inning. So the go-ahead run comes in to score. Spring Hill now leading it 2-1, and the other runners move up. So now 2 down, and here comes up a pinch hitter for Spring Hill, a left-handed hitter. And the pitch to him is inside. This is number 20. And he's hitting for Rhodes. Here's a pitch, and that's over the outside corner for a strike. So Spring Hill has taken a 2-1 lead here in the top of the fifth. Davenport now at 90 pitches. Here's the 1-1. This one is hit to left field. Preston is there waiting on it and makes the catch for out number 3. But Spring Hill takes the lead here with a run in the top half of the fifth inning. So the score now going to the bottom of the fifth is Spring Hill 2 and Carthage 1. We'll be back after this 60-second break.
Are you planning a trip but you need a set of tires? Don't worry. Let Graves Tires at 809 East Sabine.
Are you planning a trip but you need a set of tires? Don't worry. Let Graves Tires at 809 East Sabine in Carthage show you the affordable way to go. Graves Tires offers name brand tires at a savings. Their number 903-693-4841. They even have used tires for sale. They're open Monday through Friday, 7:30 to 5, and on Saturday, 7:30.
Bottom of 5 here in Carthage. A 1-1 tie between Spring Hill and Carthage. Spring Hill with Carthage took the lead in the first inning. The run scoring on a 2-out RBI single by Brooks Soap. Then Spring Hill tied it up in the fourth inning on a steal of home plate. And then they took the lead here in the fifth inning, helped out by a Bulldog error. There were no hits by Spring Hill in that fifth inning in the top of the fifth. The run that wound up scoring reached base being hit by a pitch. Okay, so now the Bulldogs have the 3, 4, and 5 hitters coming up here in the bottom of the fifth. Davenport, Preston, and Soap. This pitch is fouled back into the screen by Davenport. 0-1 the count. Davenport now at 91 pitches. 91. Okay. Here's the 0-1 to him. Strike 2 call. So Davenport used 11 pitches in that inning. He came into the inning with 80. Now he's got 91. Here's the 0-2. This one, ground ball back to the pitcher. He's got it on the second hop. Runs halfway to first. Underhand toss. Davenport is out. Cale Preston, the batter now.
Up next for the Carthage Bulldogs, number 10, Cale Preston.
Preston has singled twice, and looked like he was going to put the bunt down, took one inside for ball 1. One and 0 on Cale. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That's in there for a strike. Over the plate, but from here it looked low. But remember, we're way up high. Here's the 1-1 pitch. This one foul back, and the count now is 1-2. The pitch counts. Davenport has completed 5 innings. He's got 91. Bartell with 76 here in the bottom of the fifth with 1 out. Here's the pitch outside. 2-2 the count. Carthage will be at Gilmer twice next week. And if that sounds strange, the reason that we're playing there twice next week, here's a 2-2. This one, it's stopped by Bartell, and he picks it up and throws to first. That was a line drive that hit him. It fell to the ground. He had trouble finding it initially, but then picked it up and threw Preston out at first base. The reason that we're going to Gilmer twice is because earlier in the year we were scheduled to play Gilmer at Gilmer, but they had a wet field. They have a grass field. And because they had a grass field and because we have turf here, both teams decided to play here in Carthage, which meant that when we come to next week, instead of going to Gilmer once, we're going to be going twice. Here's Brooks Soap taking 1 high for ball 1. Soap with an RBI single in the top of the first, in the bottom of the first, and then lined out to center in the third. Here's the 1-0, 2-0. Again, an umpire here tonight with a fairly tight zone. Here's the 2-0 pitch. This one lined and caught by the shortstop. So Soap with a line drive, but caught by the shortstop to end the 5th inning. And the Bulldogs go down in order, so we go now to the top of the 6th. Spring Hill 2, Carthage 1, back after this 90-second break.
Today at Whataburger, we're cooking the sweet and spicy bacon burger, and now it's an all-time favorite.
You can't beat it. It's hot, it's fresh. I love this burger. It's just perfect.
The sweet and spicy bacon burger is my all-time favorite. 2 beef patties, 2 different types of cheese, caramelized onions. My favorite thing about this burger is the sweet and spicy pepper sauce and the bacon.
You asked for it, and it's back. The sweet and spicy bacon burger.
Do list with big savings on building materials at Kane Hardware and Lumber. Kane's is your one-stop shop for building materials for large-scale jobs, small projects, and everything in between. Whether you're building a house, adding on, or just updating, we carry the concrete, drywall, lumber, insulation, roofing, siding, molding, and many more products you'll need. Add character and charm to your home with our large selection of paint colors. We have all the products you need. Shop Kane Hardware and Lumber at 224 South Shelby Street in Carthage.
Carthage Independent School District is where champions are educated. As we face another year of uncertainty, Carthage will remain committed to being champions for every child, every day. We will continue being champions in the classroom with the help of our incredible team of teachers. We will continue being champions in extracurriculars, fine arts, and athletic events with the support of our fans along the way. And we will continue being champions for our community. Thank you for your continued support.
All right, we're going to go to the top of the 6th here at Bulldog Park. Spring Hill leading Carthage 2-1. Now, if you're thinking about the pitch count, and we need to be thinking about the pitch count because Dylan Davenport is in trouble as far as that is concerned. Davenport with 91 pitches through the first 5 innings. So that is averaging just over 18 per inning. There's a strike to the leadoff hitter. This is Kason Wilkins. Or another way of looking at it, he has 19 pitches to go here before he reaches the limit here. That pitch is a breaking ball just outside, 1-1 the count. Didn't miss by much. This up with a fairly tight zone, 93 pitches now. This pitch is hit into center field. Center fielder Ritter is back 3 steps and makes the catch for out number 1. 1 down in the 6th. Chandler Crawford, the batter now. Crawford, the DH. He's put down a sacrifice bunt and then walked. And the first pitch to Crawford swung on and missed for a strike. So again, Davenport entering this inning with 19 pitches remaining to reach 110. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss, strike 2. This is the 9-hole hitter, so obviously this is someone you would hope to get out. Here's the 0-2. Strike 3 call, got him. So Crawford out looking, and therefore he has been able to do that on just 6 pitches so far. So he's 97 right now. If he can get Thompson here on a reasonable number of pitches, he definitely would be able to go into the 7th. Don't know if he'd be able to complete it. Here's Thompson, the leadoff hitter. This one is hit to left center field. Here's Preston going over to his left, and he makes the catch. And so he retires Thompson on the very first pitch to him. In other words, a total of only 7 pitches in that inning for Davenport, exactly what he needed. And now he will have 12 pitches before he reaches 110 as he starts the 7th. So for the first time in the ball game, for the very first time, for the second time, the Spring Hill Panthers go down in order. We go now to the bottom of the 6th. Spring Hill 2, Carthage 1. It's going to be Moore, Malone, and Crawford coming up for the Dogs. Back in 60 seconds.
The city of Carthage.
The city of Carthage, county seat of Panola County, gas capital of the United States, and friendliest spot in the world. We have it all: temperate weather, lots of jobs, good schools and churches, and even the Texas Country Music Hall of Fame. Carthage, a great spot on Highway 59 to settle down or just to visit for a while. Panola College, local medical care, a low tax base, and great shopping. That's Carthage. Recommend us, refer us, and revive yourself in the piney woods of East Texas. Carthage, with places we're all proud to call home.
Throughout Texas, Louisiana, and New Mexico, one of the largest independent oil field service companies is Pinergy, ranked number 1 in the United States for total number of wells drilled. You'll likely recognize Pinergy Carthage top management: Randy Taylor, Brandon Taylor, Andy Snow, Justin Taylor, and Steve Nations. At the Austin corporate office, senior management offers a combined 400 years experience regarding energy services. No more. Check the website pinergy.com or call 903-693-8400.
Right, Bulldogs down to their last 6 outs. Cade Moore leading off here in the 6th inning, and he takes the strike. Moore, Malone, and Crawford. Spring Hill up 2-1. Here's the pitch. This one swung on and missed. 0-2 now. Again, the winner of this will be all alone in first place in the district. After tonight, the loser will most likely be tied with Kilgore for second place. Here's the 0-2 outside. 1-2 the count. And if you have a score on the Kilgore Center game, here's the 1-2 outside 2-2. Kilgore Gilmer game, or the Henderson Center game. Well, send me that score on 903-692-1185. That pitch is inside and high. 3-2 the count. Again, this ump that we have here tonight, one of the tighter strike zones that we've seen. One reason for the pitch counts being high. Here's the 3-2. And did he go around? He said that he did. The pitch was low and outside. I think it would have been ball 4, but Moore is out swinging for out number 1.
Up next, for your Carthage Bulldogs.
And that'll bring up Patrick Malone. Malone has grounded out the first baseman unassisted, then popped out to the first baseman. This is a one-hopper back to Bartell. He has it, runs halfway to first, underhand toss. Boy, I tell you what, we haven't done much against him now in the last couple of innings. That is the 6th straight batter that Bartell has retired for Carthage. He got the last out in the 4th, 3 up and 3 down in the 5th, 2 up and 2 down here in the 6th. 1-0 count now on Crawford. Let's go, Carson. This one hit out to right center field. Right fielder going back, and he's there and makes the two-handed catch. Crawford gave it a pretty good ride, but flies out to the right fielder. So 3 up and 3 down for the Bulldogs. And now Bartell has retired 7 Bulldogs in a row. And we go to the top of the 7th. Spring Hill 2, Carthage 1. We'll have the top of the 7th for you after this 90-second break. 90 seconds.
Better solutions, better building comes.
Better solutions, better building comes from Louisiana Pacific, caring and involved corporate resident. Friends and neighbors in Panola County are the foundation of business at Louisiana Pacific, delivering high-performance building products in the area. You know these folks. You know them from church, civic clubs, as volunteers in the work they do in the community, and at Louisiana Pacific. Good people in good company with you and Louisiana Pacific.
Genpack Carthage, over 50 years servicing the food and restaurant industry with superior products. Advancing innovative packaging to enhance the human experience is more than just our purpose statement. It's our driving passion to make people's lives better through the food packaging they use daily. Genpack's dedication to quality.
FlowZone is your industry leader for all oil and gas pipe, valve fitting, and supply needs. FlowZone Carthage has over 130 years of combined experience with an outstanding safety record. FlowZone, located at 1092 Highway 59 South, just south of Denny's, is ready to offer customer service that will exceed your expectations with services such as free delivery and competitive pricing. Call them today, 903-20.
All right, the first relief pitcher in district play for the Carthage Bulldogs, Patrick Malone, is going to come in to relieve Dylan Davenport. Davenport had 98 pitches through 6 innings, but Jason Causey electing, and instead of sending Davenport out for what would have been the 7th inning, and he had 12 pitches remaining, he decides to come on in with Malone here to start the 7th inning, and he'll face 2, 3, and 4 for Spring Hill. So Grant Burton steps in there now. He has flied out to center field twice and struck out swinging. First pitch from Malone. This is a strike. So again, the first time in 9 district games that Carthage has used a relief pitcher. Here's the 0-1, and that hit him. So Burton is hit by a pitch on the second pitch from Patrick Malone. Malone, a senior.
Panthers, number 6, Carson Tidwell.
And that'll bring up now Carson Tidwell. And Spring Hill's going to send a runner in now for Burton at first base. So a runner goes in now for Burton at first. So that's a big insurance run over there for Spring Hill. You know, we haven't had much success against Bartell. We only have had 4 hits in the ball game so far, and he's retired the last 7 Bulldogs to face him. So bottom line, we need to keep this game at 2-1 going to the bottom of the 7th. Pitch to Tidwell as a off-speed pitch, swung on and missed for strike 1. Patrick Malone coming in relief of Dylan Davenport. Davenport went the first 6 innings through 98 pitches, which means that he had 12 pitches remaining. He could have thrown in the 7th inning. Here's the 0-1 pitch, and he went after a bunt attempt and missed it for strike 2. That was outside. By maybe a foot on a breaking ball, and Tidwell tried to get the bunt down and missed it, so now the count's 0-2 on him, running on first with nobody out here in the 7th. Here's the pitch, and that one is evidently low. Looked like it was over the plate. 1-2 the count. Malone, senior right-hander, with the 1-2. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. So Tidwell goes down swinging for the first out, and that brings up Travis Allen.
Up next was
Allen has
12, Travis Allen.
Struck out swinging, grounded to short, and then he put down a bunt in the 5th inning, and he sacrificed a runner to second, and then he got on an error by Carthage. Breaking ball is in there for a strike. Bulldogs trying to keep this a 2-1 ball game. Again, we have not had much success recently against Bartell. He shut us out. He shut us out about 4 weeks ago here in Carthage, 2-0. Here's a pitch, tries to get the bunt down, fouls it off. And so now he's behind in the count 0-2. And more recently, Bartell has retired the last 7 Bulldogs to come to the plate. And looking at it, really none of the balls were hit sharply. So he has had our number here in the last couple of innings. For Carthage, it'll be 9, 1, and 2 coming up in the bottom of the 7th. Stretch. Here's the 0-2. Tries to get the bunt down, and he's out. He tried to get the bunt down with 2 strikes, fouled it off, and that, of course, that's a strikeout. You don't see that too often, trying to get the bunt down with 2 strikes. So now 2 outs in the 7th. Now will they try sending the runner from first, trying to steal second to get him in scoring position with 2 down? They might. Here's the pitch, and this one is hit into center field. That's going to get down for a base hit. The runner on first is going to go to third. Here's the throw to third. We got a chance to get him. He is out at third base. Nice throw out there by the center fielder, that being Caden Ritter. A single to center, and the runner on first tried to go first to third, and he was gunned down by Ritter. The throw on the mark to Crawford. You could see that we're going to have a chance to get him, and we did. And we go now to the bottom of the 7th. Spring Hill up 2-1. Be back in 60 seconds.
Ready to supercharge your future?
Ready to supercharge your future in the energy industry? Panola College is introducing the brand new Matthews Foundation Energy Building, opening its doors this fall with programs in electrician, HVAC, natural gas compression, and welding. Small class sizes, state-of-the-art equipment, and personalized attention, where your goals are our priority. Our hands-on approach means you're diving into the real-world energy experience, setting you up for success from day one. Enroll today at panola.edu/energy to start your electrifying future.
Bink's Quick Stop in Carthage on the corner of 699 and The Loop. Open Sunday through Thursday from 4 a.m. to 10 p.m. and Friday and Saturday from 4 a.m. to 11 p.m. Open for breakfast, and the grill is open throughout the day, and it provides the best hamburgers in town. You can also get a grilled chicken or chicken fried steak. It's all fresh and made from scratch. And, of course, you can fill up your tank with gas. That's at Bink's, a Quick Stop in Carthage, again on the corner of 699 and the
bottom of the 7th coming up. And obviously the Bulldogs are down to their last 3 outs in this one. And again, the winner of this one will be in first place all by themselves after this game. The loser most likely will be tied with Kilgore, assuming Kilgore knocks off Gilmer tonight, and Gilmer is winless in district play. The loser will be tied with Kilgore for second place going into play next week. So it's going to be 9, 1, and 2 for the Bulldogs here in the bottom of the 7th. And again, Bartell has retired the last 7 Bulldogs to come to the plate. This will be, we're facing him for the 3rd time. Ritter up for the 3rd time, and then the top of the order will be facing him for the 4th time. That pitch is in there for a strike. Inside. Almost hit him. 1-1 the count. Ritter is singled, then line to center. On that line to center, that was on the 9th pitch to him. This is a one-hopper back to Bartell. Runs halfway to first, underhand flip. He's done that several times here in the last couple of innings. He is retired now the last 8 Carthage batters.
Up next for the Carthage Bulldogs,
1, 2, 3, 4 of them. Yes, the last 8 batters. He's retired the last 8 batters that he's faced. This pitch is fouled back into the screen, and 4 of them were retired 1-3. In other words, a bouncer back to Bartell. Chambers fouls off the first pitch. He is 0 for 2 and was hit by a pitch. This pitch is hit to center field. Center fielder going back. He is there and makes the one-handed grab for out number 2. And now the Bulldogs down to their last out. And it's going to be Sam Watson. Carthage down to their last out in the ball game, Spring Hill, with a 2-1 advantage. And so if this score continues here, boy, these two teams have gone at each other in 3 close ball games. Spring Hill won the first one 2-0 about 4 weeks ago here in Carthage. That's fouled off, 0-1 on Watson. Carthage shutting out Spring Hill by the same score, 2-0 3 nights ago, and it's 2-1 here. 1-1 the count. So let's see, 2-0, 2-0, 2-1. So far, there have been a total of 7 runs scored by these two teams combined in 3 ball games. This one, grounded on the right side, second baseman to his right. He has it, throw to first, and that's it. And Spring Hill wins it by a score of 2-1. All right, we're going to be back to wrap up this ball game in 90 seconds. 90 seconds, and we'll return with a wrap.
Farmers State Bank, a name that you...
Farmers State Bank, a name that you know and can depend on. We're your neighbors and community partners. We're committed to meeting your financial needs by providing banking solutions for your mortgage, commercial, or personal loans. With 118 years of service to our community, we're part of your local rodeos, 4-H, and festivals. We want you to know that we're here for you. Visit us at fsbctx.bank or come see us today. Farmers State Bank, improving lives and fulfilling dreams. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Escogiendo el mejor proveedor médica puede ser difícil. Hope Community Medicine está aquí por ti. Si ocupa ayuda médica, ginecólogo o salud conductal, es nuestra misión proveer acceso de alta calidad de salud a pesar de su habilidad de pagar. Tenemos 5 clínicas en Carthage, Center, Tenaha y San Agustín para poder servir mejor a usted y su familia. 903-690-8395.
At Bulldog Park, the Carthage Bulldogs and the Spring Hill Panthers tied for the district lead in 17-4A with identical 7-1 records, got together for a game that would decide who wins the season series between these two teams. Carthage scored first in the first inning on a 2-out RBI single by Brooks Soap, and the Dogs led it 1-0 until the 4th inning when Spring Hill tied it up on a steal of home plate. And that tied up the ball game 1-1, and then Spring Hill added a run in the 5th inning, and Spring Hill wins this one by a score of 2-1. 3 games played between these two teams this year, and in those 3 teams, a total of 7 runs combined for both teams. So it's been 3 close ball games between these two opponents. All right, here are the totals in the ball game. First of all, for the Spring Hill Panthers, they had 1 run on 3 hits. They committed 2 errors, and they stranded 9 runners in the ball game. Landon Bartell gets the victory. Bartell finishing strong. He retired the last 10 Carthage batters to face him in the contest. Spring Hill is now 8-1 for the season. They are all alone in first place in District 17-4A, and their record for the season is 15 wins, 7 losses, and 1 tie. For the Carthage Bulldogs, 1 run on 4 hits. They had 1 error in the ball game, and they stranded 7. Dylan Davenport will get the loss. He went the first 6 innings, throwing 98 pitches through the first 6 innings, so he had 12 pitches remaining. Head coach Jason Causey, instead of electing to send him out for the 7th inning, brought in Patrick Malone to relieve him, and Malone set the Panthers down without any run scoring in the 7th inning. Davenport will get the loss in the ball game. Carthage had, again, 1 run, 4 hits. They committed 1 error, and they left 7 men on base. And the Bulldog record now for the season is 13 wins, 8 losses, and 2 ties. And Carthage is now in 2nd place in the district with a record of 7-2. The Bulldogs will be on the road this next week, and they'll be on the road twice, going to Gilmer, both on 2, and the Carthage Bulldogs 1. For your Sports Beat station, I'm Larry Allen. Well, I want to thank you and want to thank Brenton Finsom for his work providing the live stream, and also to Josh back at the station for his work there. We'll remind you that we will be on the air Tuesday and Friday from Gilmer. Both games will be at Gilmer this coming week against the Buckeyes. There will not be a game in Carthage for the Carthage Bulldogs this next week. We go to Gilmer twice. So we'll go there twice. Hope you can join us there in person. If you can't, we'll have it for you on your Sports Beat station, 104.3 FM, or on EastTexasToday.com with the live stream. Once again, the final score from Bulldog Park on Friday night, the Spring Hill Panthers 2 and the Carthage Bulldogs 1. For your Sports Beat station, I'm Larry Allen.